Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 251. Back in the Church Room Bar after a little hiatus there. Not from the podcast, but from each other. Yeah, thanks to our guests on 250. If you haven't checked out 250, a good long-form episode of the mothership.
It felt longer than what it was. And I don't mean that in like a pregnant way, but it felt because we kept going.
Yeah.
We drank before,
we did, yeah.
And then we kept going.
Yeah.
And it really was an opportunity to catch up with. For me, I know you've hung out with Nort Dog, and I've hung out with the Hoff, but it was nice to have all four of us in the same place.
Yeah, it was awesome to have us all in the same place, and thanks to them for coming. I know they didn't maybe know that they were going to be on the pod, but it was excellent fun.
It was, one would say, situation. It was explosive.
It was explosive, tense. Yes.
I love how you incorporated the slides, by the way. And did you see, like, Stev? Because the picture that we found of him was from, like, 10 years ago. So Stev was, do math in public 11. Oh, yeah. 11 in that picture.
I forgot what I did. What did I do?
Well, you put the slides on the so people didn't have to, like, wince or whatever. And it was perfect.
Yeah. Man, it's been so long. I was drunk when I did that, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks seamless.
Sweet.
That's
awesome. I did it immediately after the show. And so I had a decent amount of beer in me. Maybe I wouldn't say like I was hammered, but I wasn't sober.
We do have one gripe that I just found out about because I left my microphone there. Hoff left his gift that we bequeathed him.
Matt bequeathed
at the carriage house.
Yeah.
He left his koozie. What the fuck?
An asshole, dude.
What the fuck?
Randy Orton took his, so that's
of course
good.
He would.
That's good.
Because he's an upstanding individual.
He is, and he wants to promote the Brew Crew.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Sing it from the mountaintops.
Please do. And I think he's going to get back into it.
So, hopefully this will be his foray. Speaking of which, now that you've been able to reflect on it, how do you feel about doing a reaction video? I can't believe we haven't done one before because usually we come with receipts.
Yeah, right.
You did a live action receipt.
Boy, I've wanted to do a reaction video to something.
Was that your initial plan when you said to the Chuggalos, I've got a surprise?
So by the time I posted that thing on Facebook, I knew I was going to do a reaction video because I knew that I had at least one beer that you had
at least one
on a solo episode.
Okay.
So the majority of the beers that I still have from you are ones we did together, but we did separate beers.
Speaking of which, so from my solo that I recorded like 45 minutes before you did that one.
Yeah.
So I have that one for you too.
Oh, okay, cool. So I could do a reaction video to that.
You could do
because I haven't watched it yet.
Like it goes almost the Escher stairs where it just eats itself.
Right. And then you could react to my reaction.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
And then we just do. You'll have to teach me the magic that is the picture-in-picture. We'll just go real picture-in-picture.
Now, no spoilers, but I did guess your score.
You did
perfectly.
I
was worried
when I was drinking that beer. I was like, and I heard you vacillating between the two numbers. I was like, he's going to be off.
Oh, but I got it.
You got it.
I nailed it. Yeah, that was.
Holy shit! Does it take me a long time in those solo ones because I try to lengthen it to make it because
I appreciate that.
There's other people that want that like full flair even when we do a solo one. And there's other pods that we listen to, and sorry to be like random here, but so I try to like, and again, I didn't think I had enough, but both those episodes I did back to back, I had so many things to talk about.
Oh yeah,
beer related.
I can still do the reaction to the second beer.
Yeah,
on that because I still have that. I personally appreciate the long form reviews. Being a beer, when we originally had the three of us, and we had 3 segments. It was broken very distinctly.
Yeah.
And we had, the intro with beer news, then the reviews, then the game or something.
Right.
But now it's more about the beer that we're drinking, not more about just like beer in general. And so now I think there's more appreciation for the longer. You still go off the top rope with the score, but not the entire review.
Yeah,
which is appreciated.
Because I always tried to. I threw out so much shade to Cobra and you for all those years. I'm like, keep it under a minute, guys. And now
we had a different style then.
And now, like a 17-minute review from JT, and then he talks about the beer. It's typical.
Like but because we could kick off the beer review right now.
We could.
And we could still put an hour out. And if you went off the top rope, I mean, the show would be like 15 minutes, which maybe would be more consumable.
Easily.
But I don't think people would appreciate our attention to detail as much.
Yeah, because our peers in the business space, they do less than 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. They also get beer sent to them, too, which would be awesome. I mean, we get a couple of beers here and there, but they're so short. But you don't get, like, the lifestyle, the beer lifestyle that we, right. Go on and on, drone on about or whatever. But I feel like you said, and I think you're way too hard on yourself, and I put that into mind, that you say people don't listen for you. People listen for us.
Right, that's what they're listening for. But if they had to choose a solo episode.
Like if we wrote this as a blog, people wouldn't read it.
No. Yeah, you got to tune in.
Oh my God. This beer.
Yeah, yes. And that's also the reason why I think this podcast works for beer drinkers is we're not just like, I taste coriander, vanilla, and a slight amount of cardamom or something like that. Yeah. And then we're like, next beer. There's a lot of beer podcasts like that. Right. They last like 10 episodes.
People are more familiar with household chemicals.
Right. Well, and when you're sitting around drinking beer, you want, let's say you're drinking with people who can taste the beer.
Yeah.
Other beer connoisseurs. You're not just like, here's the 3 flavors I taste, now let's talk about football. You're like, let's talk about this beer at length and let it kind of weave in and out of our lives. That's how you should talk about beer.
Yeah. At least that's how we do.
Like, we're not the sommeliers.
And
it'd be nice if we were.
And then Cicerone. And that is reflected in episode 250 about how it just weaved. And, like, before we hit the record button... And we made the joke that, we'll get Hoff his coups when we see him in, I think you said 2025. Are you grabbing a beer?
Yeah, I'm going to grab it while you're talking. Did you want to do other stuff first?
No. I thought it was my beer.
You did 249.
Yeah, and then you did 250.
I thought we both did 250.
Well, you want to split it? And then
all right, we can split it.
Okay. Because I want to do a special one.
All right, so you want to go first?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
As long as that's okay.
That's your production.
That's
production.
I wanted to do it. I wanted this awkwardness.
Okay.
Because when you walked in with the cooler, I had full right to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna pop.
It was my opinion that we did 250 together.
We did because we did 4 beers.
So it was like, I went back to 249 and looked at that.
Okay. So this beer,
it's all good.
This beer, and I was only gonna do one because they're big beer. Both of them are big. So I'll save the other one. Okay. The other one's a good story. So less story because I don't know what JT has tapped because, again, we don't do pre-production because that's for losers. This is Jackie O's Bourbon Barrel. We're going to split this, by the way.
All right.
Because this is a 12.6.
Ooh.
Don't worry, the other one's big too.
Well, I'm glad we're splitting it because I had a Jackie O's. So now we won't do 2 Jackie O's. I have another.
I guarantee you don't have the next one. Next brewer. I can do the next brewer. The next brewer is from Sweden.
No. I'm not going to do the Jackie O's beer. We're going to do the
This is amazing.
I was going to do the
We're
other
a beer comedy podcast.
This is how it works.
All right. This is Jackie O's Bourbon Barrel Black Maple.
Black Maple.
Bourbon Barrel Black Maple.
Ooh.
Maple. Excuse me. Again, 12.6%. And it comes in a 12.7 fluid ounce bottle, which is really unique.
I got a nice, later in the evening I have a parents meeting for high school baseball.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. Hopefully this 12% wears off by then.
I have multiples of these, and I bought some barley wine. So I got this from our friends at Pat's. And I went there because I was looking for the kiln. That kiln one flew off the shelves. I couldn't find it.
Whoa. The smell hits you. You know that this is a bourbon barrel beer the second it hits your nose.
The best part, I forgot. I buried the lead. This is an Imperial Porter.
Oh, Imperial Porter.
Imperial Porter. Don't worry. We didn't say stout, so we're good there.
They should call this an Imperial Porter of America or something like that, so it can also be an IPA.
It's got a
that'd be fun.
Really long name.
Confuse people.
Imperial Porter, and this has been brewed since 2013. They thought it was just going to be a one-off, but it was so lauded that they decided, so this is the 10th year of it, and they have different variations or whatever, but it's still a Bourbon Barrel Black Maple.
Black
Excuse
Maple.
Me. Mabel is my sister's
Black
nickname.
Mabel.
Mabel.
I was originally going to ask you why it's called Black Maple, but then I tasted it. And I know now why it's called Black Maple.
Because it would pair well with a stack of pancakes.
Is that what Black Maple pairs well with? No, I think there's...
No, I was guessing what you thought.
No. I think that this is called a Black Maple because there's two flavors.
I'm watching you watch me watch you.
Are you? I'll watch you on there. Because we have a monitor here. I don't know if the Chuggalos know this, but there's an inception element here.
There is a little bit.
We can see ourselves.
It's like the Spider-Man.
It's like when you play a live concert, which by the way I'll be playing in January.
Yeah, where are you guys playing?
Blind Bob's.
Blind Bob's.
First show. First ever show.
Worst Bloody Mary that I've had in my life.
Decent burgers though. I don't know that I would get a Bloody Mary from Blind Bob's. Is that something they advertise?
No, we were pre-gaming.
Pre-gaming for an Oregon District night?
No, that was for the infamous where we podded at the last Ale Fest.
Oh.
And they threw away our sign.
You pre-gamed there?
Yeah, we pre-gamed there and worked our way down.
Cobra and I and the Sues and Katie went to...
DBC.
No, we went to pregame. We went to 2nd Street. There used to be a Cuban place. I'm not sure if it's still there.
Damn it!
But COVID might have killed that place. No.
Are you talking about the
arcade?
I'm talking
pregame eating.
Yeah, the arcade
before the fest.
The Canal Street Deli.
Not Canal Street Deli. No. 2nd Street Market, which is the long building where there's.
Oh yeah, no, I go to 2nd Street Market.
You know what I'm talking about? What? There was a Cuban restaurant in there.
Oh,
and the lady called everyone baby.
It was right next to the pasty place, but they don't call it pasties. The meat pies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the if you're looking that way. Yeah. They killed the pretzel place though.
I don't know if that Cuban place is still there, but if you are a fan of Cuban food, which I am, you should go there. Cuban sandwiches are amazing, but there's also other stuff.
This is delightful.
Yeah. So I believe that there's two flavors that you should really pick out this. No, not the only few times I've been to DBC. I don't believe Cobra was ever with me.
Son of a gun.
I've gone with Randy Orton.
Beer makes that. So that was what shit. Because we recorded. I wish that the technology betrayed me there. I wish that would have worked better.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
But we were young. We were so young.
Yeah.
This was pre-COVID.
I do love that picture of the three of us though.
Yeah, man, we were so young. I didn't even have gray hair back then. I had a real beard. Full beard.
Your beard is weird. I love that
commercial. Is weird there or here?
No, just that commercial. That Just for Men. With
Just
Willis Reed and Emmett Smith. Your beard is weird.
Rhyming. Such a low-hanging fruit.
Right?
If you're a marketing professional and you write commercials, don't go with that. Like, you'll be tempted to. Don't do it. Like if you're Skittles, don't make a commercial that's like Skittles for shittles, because that won't sell. People don't want.
But Snoop Dogg did
humor.
For Shizzo My Nizzo.
Yeah, but he wasn't marketing.
Oh,
he wasn't marketing. He was just riffing.
I just feel like I learned so much.
I feel like that too. Now, if Chuggalo Nicole still listens, she's got a marketing degree. She could tell me whether or not I'm right. She's a subject matter expert.
Chuggalo Mom will be like, "Hey, they outshouted you."
Yeah.
Listen, and she'll do the time mark.
I'm not outshouting you, Nicole.
Oh,
I'm calling you out. I'm putting you on the spot.
And we're coming to the holiday season. Oh yeah, there's gonna be fisticuffs in the basement of the United Center.
We're actually this will probably be the fall winter that we actually see each other more than normal because it's her son's 21st birthday.
Jeez.
We're gonna go to Vegas for that. And
you guys are all going?
We don't normally see each other until Thanksgiving, but now we'll see each other Thanksgiving.
Is Chuggalo Mom going?
Then after that in Vegas. Then after that at Christmas.
Is Chuggalo Mom going to Vegas? I might take her to Aussie Down Under.
Yeah.
I'll throw down on a special dance for Chuggalo Mom.
Oh, is this? Oh, okay.
She listens, so it's not much of a surprise.
I don't think she wants a special dance. I mean, maybe she'll maybe to me, she'll say I don't want a special. But you guys can communicate via DM.
Don't put it on. Don't put that conversation on the.
You can if it's safe for work.
Well, I'm not gonna do. I'm not dancing for her at work.
So you're the dancer?
No, please. I would kick in for a dance. I would have
You'd
to
kick
look
in
up
for a dance?
Yeah.
I think that would be something that Nicole would be into.
Maybe both of them. 2 for 1.
Like, no, taking my mom. I'm not going to be a part of that.
No, you're going to go.
No,
I want a live action. This is how it works.
This sounds like a Playgirl issue, and I'm not.
No,
part
like
of that.
Shawn Michaels, Burt Reynolds, JT. It just the 3
How did I get thrown
guys,
into that?
because you'd be in the spread.
I'd be in the spread.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not saying what position you have to be.
We're just mixing too many things up now.
Okay.
There's family involved, and I don't want to start complaining.
It's just your family.
What's going
it's not
on
weird
here.
for me.
It's weird.
It's not
weird
weird
for everybody.
It's not weird for me.
Let's start the episode over. Go ahead and hit the unrecord
Again?
button.
Yeah,
remove this conversation. Okay, this beer.
This goes down. Wow.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about some can art.
Oh, so speaking of Vegas, Chuggalo Nerds that we've done simulcast, he was just out in Vegas.
Nerds.
He was, and I'll outshout Chuggalo Nerds. He was on the TwitchCon floor, which I thought we should go to Twitch, try to incorporate because you can do lifestyle and stuff. I know people that drink on there, anyways. Was on the floor of TwitchCon and had an official MS handle, and he broadcasted for an hour and a half.
Wow!
Raised $1,300 in an hour and a half.
TwitchCon,
which is the deal.
Yeah, that's the deal.
But so he did quite well for his hour and a half.
That's amazing.
It was
congratulations.
$1,300 in an hour and a half, 90 minutes.
Wow! I wish I would have known. Could have thrown some cash.
Twitch
is still interesting to me. When we did the Twitch,
that's why I started buying this stuff.
When we did the Twitch hot tub thing, I learned a lot about
that was last year, right? That wasn't even this year. That was last year. Was it this year?
It wasn't 2023.
It wasn't?
No.
So it was before I went to Africa. Wow.
Yeah, it was before that. Yeah.
Holy man, time just speeds up.
The mod thing is interesting to me.
Yeah.
And I
moderate that channel.
I was confused about what a mod was until I saw a parody YouTube video about Twitch mods.
Yeah.
And it cleared it right up. It's exactly what I thought it was. Like, there are Twitch mods who never even meet the Twitch streamer.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And they just go on. They have
a lot of them,
their times.
Yep.
Wow.
And they get paid a nominal fee. Depends on how you mod or whatever. But I mean, it's not a lot.
Depends how much cleavage there is on the stream.
Yeah. Oh my god.
If there's some or any,
because they have to be on top of it.
Probably.
Yeah, they have to be on top of it.
Because that girl's keeping all the money.
Yeah.
But if you have a cool person like Nerds, he's gonna give you maybe 30 some cash.
Yeah. Nerds mod is Envy.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. It's an interesting concept where community driven.
Yeah, and
love it.
It's like our community. Again, as soon as we take off, Stev is the producer, mod, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion. I think that mod is beneath producer. I think that Stev has earned a spot in a higher level.
I just need him to. Not to moderate, but like to produce, but to like pitch us questions, because we're coming with preconceived. We need that's where the third.
Yeah, he's like the Jamie DeRogan. He'd be like the Jamie DeRogan.
Yeah.
Or
Max Zapata.
The
Max Zapata Adam.
Anne Hathaway to the Glenn. What is there? Glenn Close.
Yeah.
And
Devil Wears
Prada.
Yeah.
That connection. That's how I see the mod.
Yeah.
That's how I see the mod. Stev's above that. He needs to be part of the.
Are you not drinking anymore because your parents?
We'll keep splitting it.
Okay.
So the Can Art Boner segment, and this is going to be brought to you by us still, right? Oh, actually, Randy Orton brought some beer last time.
He did,
and Chuck did.
They both did. So to the Hoff. And Randy Orton.
And Randy Orton. That's the Can Art Boner segment. This looks to me, and correct me if I'm wrong.
I had a taco party on Saturday, by the way.
So he's wearing the garb of a leprechaun, but has the physical features of a gnome. The person here playing violin.
Do you remember David the Gnome?
No.
Back in, oh my God, Nickelodeon.
No, I don't remember
With
that.
Swift the Fox. Oh,
Nope. So this individual is around and short. We can't tell if he's short because there's nothing to compare him to except maybe a bucket. So if that bucket is like the normal size of a pail, then he's short.
Yeah. He's a woodland creature of some sort.
Yeah, woodland creature. Dancing with the fiddle. He's got a leaf in his cap, but it's like a maple leaf. Not like, would Robin Hood have a feather or something?
Yeah.
No, this is a maple leaf. So he's got that kind of swagger. The Robin Hood gnome swagger. And he's just dancing. He's just fiddling and dancing. And the moon. I assume this to be the moon behind him.
Ooh, maybe. Smart.
I don't know. It looks like nighttime because the trees and stuff are dark. So it's probably he's dancing in the moonlight. Imperial Porter, brewed with maple syrup and aged in bourbon barrels. Now, that's the Can Art Boner segment. Government warning, Black Maple.
Government warning.
I'm not going to read that. After its long rest in bourbon barrels, Black Maple quickly became a perennial favorite. And I'll just speed read the rest of that. Earthy complexities, blah, blah, blah.
And that's the bottom line.
Mm-hmm. So I've just passed Survivor Series in my efforts to watch everything that WWE has put out. Other than, well, I have a lot of thoughts, but I started in '96, January '96.
Yeah.
Boy, what a year! That's probably WWE's most defining. It's not their most defining year, but it's the defining year of upward trajectory, upward momentum. 95 bored the shit out of me, so I skipped it.
So 94 was a very down year, very weak.
The early 90s was good.
The dumpster Drosy, like your job was your character.
Mm-hmm. So the early 90s, I know, had your classics, your Hulk Hogan's and Andre the Giant's and stuff like that. You skip a few years, then you get to 96, and it's all of a sudden like, it's everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the end of Yokozuna, but you got the start of, Stone Cold. You got Bret Hart at his peak. Shawn Michaels is the company. Undertaker's on the rise. Mankind for the first time, his first match. Several matches against the Undertaker, really good ones too. That Boiler Room thing was fucking stupid. But they learned, they learn over time.
He just did a Hot Ones. Mick Foley just did a Hot Ones.
Yeah, I saw that. It was
really
in my YouTube feed, but I haven't watched it yet. Just an awesome time. And The Godfather is not The Godfather yet, but he was being sold as this, like, unbeatable MMA style.
Kama Mustafa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kama. So,
he
things are happening.
Kama melts down the Undertaker's urn and makes it into a gold chain.
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
It's okay. A lot of it's been spoiled.
The Supreme
already.
Fighting Machine.
So that's what it
was.
Rocky Maivia has finally made his first appearances.
And he got booed out of the fucking building.
Yeah, so Survivor Series wasn't good for him. But the Nation of Domination is starting. Yep. They just started like 2 or 3 Raw episodes ago. So I'm watching all of the Raws, pay-per-views, and SmackDowns once SmackDown starts. I'm not going to do NXT or 205 Live. I think I'll go back and do NXT.
Yeah.
On its own.
Yeah, the black and gold era is fantastic. Yeah. So I just met D-Lo in Africa. Got to talk to D-Lo for a couple of minutes, speaking of Nation of Domination. But interesting because he's a producer in Impact, which is now going to be TNA, going back to TNA in January.
So
I got a trivia question for you.
Yeah, please.
Related.
I have so much trivia from watching all that.
Why is this beer important?
Why is this beer important?
Beer is important.
Beer is important. This beer is important because I don't know. Fall.
It's the 500th beer we've had on the podcast.
No shit.
That's why I wanted.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So this will be a trivia question eventually.
Yeah.
This will be beer number 500. We wouldn't have got there. So again, over the years or whatever, we did a bunch with 1. Last week we did our episode 250. We did one with 4. We've done a couple with 3s. We don't count shorts. We don't count the advent calendar unless we do it of the day.
Yeah, on the day. Yeah.
But yeah, that's beer 500 that we've done on the podcast.
Holy shit.
Other trivia question. How many has JT marked into Untapped?
You know the answer?
Of the 500. Yep, I did the research.
I'm going to say 46.
34.
Ooh, that was close.
That number I completely made up.
I'm gonna go back and do it. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, this is gonna
With
be
all that time.
This is gonna be like one of the long, like Hot Lips Houlihan. This is gonna be one of the longest paid jokes.
When my kids graduate high school and they're off in college, I'm gonna have so much free time to do all this shit.
That's why I have to market when I do it.
And it's gonna be peak like high school time for your kids, and you're gonna be like, how is he finding time to do all this? Like Untapped and spreadsheet stuff, and I'm gonna be like,
no. By then I'm gonna be just a jabillionaire, and I'm gonna have somebody pay to do it.
Because you'll win the lotto.
Whatever it means.
Or something will make you money.
Whatever it means, something will make it. The podcast will make me money.
It's gonna work.
Yeah, it's coming around. So Beer 500, episode 251. So we were close. Mm-hmm. You know,
real close. I mean,
it almost averaged out.
Wow. It did really. When you think about like margin of error,
right?
It's really right there, 251. All right, that's the can opener segment. This beer is very good. I think that they call it Black Maple because there is a very prominent feature of black licorice on this beer.
Really?
I taste it. It's like the first thing I tasted. The maple comes off later.
Yeah.
With all of the other flavors mixed in of a porter. It is much darker than I would expect, but because it's imperial, I guess that makes sense. I think I should have thought more about the words I was going to say here about porter. So it's really about how charred the malts are, right? That's the porter difference with the
So
stout?
there's chocolate malts in it. So I did look at a couple. There's two different chocolate malts in this that give it that luxurious body to it.
This beer could be confused with a stout for sure. It's a little more liquidy, a little I would say that it's probably better colder than this same beer in a stout version. But like we discussed, we like our beers cold.
Yep.
But this one seems more like a liquid drinking cold beverage, whereas you could make this into a stout and it could be like a not warm but less cold kind of breakfast thing. When you first pulled this out, I was like, "Oh, this will be like CBS."
Right? That's where my head went.
But I don't think it landed there because CBS really did elicit breakfast vibes, whereas this to me elicits more of a like post-breakfast, mid-morning dessert snack kind of thing. A very sweet. The black licorice to me comes out, so it's really like a maple candy, like a maple licorice.
Yeah.
Boy, if you made a maple licorice, that would be really awesome to have after breakfast. The beer's great. You can't taste the booze. It coats the tongue perfectly. I actually feel like when you drink a coffee and you don't, have a mint or drink some water for a while and your tongue's still coated in that coffee, I feel like this beer's doing the same thing. It's going to linger for a while. I mean, man, this beer is damn good. I can't believe this beer is 12%. It feels almost like chocolate milk, but maple black licorice chocolate milk. It is phenomenal. Is it a 5 in my book? I think it is a 4.75.
Wow.
In my book. Only because I don't find myself clamoring to it. I think maybe it's just because those flavors are kind of reserved for a certain time of day. And in order for this to kind of be a 5, I would have to be like, I have to have this any time of day. And I think that this would be such an excellent breakfast beer. 4.75.
So I don't get any of the black licorice, but I can respect it. It's just like kind of that sweetness without being sweet. More of that. What's the not star anise? I'm trying to think of, because I love black jelly beans. I don't like black licorice, and people call me crazy because they're of the same.
They are.
All right. So this beer reminds me. It elicits, like JT said, a lot of CBS. This is going to be the comparison, but they're different enough. Where this tastes lavish, The CBS is more of a palate coater, which is interesting because that's a stout and this is a porter, and you would think that would be the inverse relationship of the two, and that's not the case. That's why I'm kind of playing with it in the glass. It doesn't coat. So
you don't feel like it does?
Not the glass.
Oh, the glass. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
Which typically you would like to see some of that like oil slick or that slowly pasty, degradation off the sides of a glass. And this doesn't do it, which shows it that it's a little bit thinner. And that's some of the deceivingness of maple syrup. Yeah. So if you get pure maple syrup compared to like Aunt Jemima or something like that, that has a lot of like sugar or whatever cutting into it, because pure maple syrup is expensive. It's got a little bit more water to it. So like, was it 6 gallons of syrup? It's 6 to 1. It depends on your water concentrate in that. To teach you a little bit, boils down into 1 gallon of syrup. It's usually anywhere between 5 to 7. How much you have to boil it down.
Dang.
So, and this, I was reading the bottle because I was curious. The syrup is added late into it because it doesn't cook off that syrup. If it was added early on, it would be more of a gimmick because a lot of that would be boiled off. Yeah. So off the top rope, I give this a 4.75. And as JT was kind of getting to, it's a lot of the place and time that you're at. So I'm coming up on hunting season, and all of the old guys up there who we joke about on this podcast that, you give them Miller Lite or Blapples or something like that. Like, that's their favorite place. They clamor for the CBS. So this is my yearly reminder. If you ever see that shit out in the wild, please buy it, because they're not making it anymore.
They're not making it.
Not to be confused with KBS. That's the Kentucky breakfast, not the Canadian breakfast. Much different. They're still making KBS. They're not making CBS.
This is Founders for the uninitiated.
Yeah. So if you find that CBS, because it's still out there, I've seen it. I pick it up when I can find it. Please buy it. Please do yourself a favor. It ages well. It's not going to spoil anytime soon. That's a 5. This is off the top rope. This is a 4.75. It's close. It's different enough, but they're going to be in the same family, and they're going to that comparison is natural.
Yes.
Even though Imperial Porter, crazy.
Perfect summation. 2 4.75s.
Yep.
Great. All right. So we called the last episode not 250, but 249. I believe we called it. I think you should GTFO.
Yeah, I think.
This beer I bought because it is from I Think You Should Leave.
Interesting. That's another one, because we were talking about. Usually I write it down. I think I was especially proud of that title.
I didn't buy this beer for any other reason, flavor, style, anything. Just the fact that it was called You Have No Good Car Ideas. And if you've seen I Think You Should Leave, you will know what that means. If you haven't, it will mean nothing to you. This is from Drekker. And what is that? Let's see. Resident Culture. This is, I'm guessing, a collaboration called You Have No Good Car Ideas.
It is a collab.
And that is the beer. Let's crack this thing open. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Perfect crack. All right. This beer is I don't even know, because it doesn't really give it away. It's got gimmicks on it. It's a collaboration. What the hell type of beer is this?
It's got
a Rum Runner style sour.
I was going to say pineapple.
Rum Runner style sour. Yeah. So let me taste this beer. So I could just go on and on about I Think You Should leave. I've never heard of you talk about it. I'll do as many quotes as I possibly can. But all I know is that if you flinch, you have to marry your mother-in-law.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. So in the particular sketch that this is drawn from, the writer of I Think You Should Leave, he is the character that's portraying like a live survey recorder for a car company.
Yeah.
And he's saying, what kind of features would you like in a new Ford? And people are throwing out ideas. Well, there's this old man in there. His name is Ruben Ravassa or something like that. And he just keeps saying like the most ridiculous things. He's like, I would like the car. How about a car where the steering wheel doesn't fly off while you're driving? Lots of other things. I feel like if I say it, it'll kill the sketch.
Yeah.
And you're not going to watch it, so it's okay. But you should.
We organically fell on the same thing. Believe me, it's on my list of things.
And there's this guy, Paul.
Are there clips I can watch on YouTube?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, tons of them. Tons of them. You can watch the full sketch on YouTube. It's only a few minutes long.
Okay.
Just an awesome show. Best show. It harkens back to the days of like the Will Ferrell movie where maybe it's not so funny when you watch it, but it's quotable. All the things in there are so quotable that you take it with you and you use it in your life. And that's the great thing about I Think You Should Leave. You Have No Good Car Ideas is a great beer name. I love it. Gosh, there's so much there. All right. You got any thoughts? Or maybe I should do the can art? I'll do that when it's my turn.
Okay, so I was just looking it up. So it's technically a sour fruited. Both the highlights of this beer is I've been on record of saying I want more bananas. Banana's not a polarizing fruit. I don't know anyone that goes, you know what, I don't like bananas.
I've never heard that.
I know people that don't like apples. I know people that don't like cherries. I know,
but who the fuck doesn't like those things?
I've heard it though, but I've never heard anyone go, you know what, I don't like bananas. I've wanted bananas to make the leap into beer, and so this beer provides. It's JT will go into the gimmicks, and it's aptly because it's a Drekker can, aptly called. Sorry, Stacey, that was a weird one. Adjuncts, gimmicks, whatever you want to call it. So pineapple and banana are at the forefront. This tastes like pineapple and banana are not red fruits. This tastes tropical without relying on a fruit punch of some sort. So this is going to be like your orange drink without again relying on that. So it's a unique marriage because I don't think I've had a pineapple banana beer. Okay. Off the top rope, I enjoy it. I want more bananas in beer. This is going to be right up there. This is going to have a place in time. I wish it was colder.
That's my fault.
I would love to drink this while on vacation. It seems odd, and I can seasonally separate when I drink my beer, and I understand that it's 50 degrees outside right now, and it's not absolutely tropical. This would be, I think, even more like a 0.25 higher if it was accompanied, like we were sitting outside and it was warm and, we were talking about all the yard work that we weren't going to do that day. Off the top rope, I give this a 4.0. I want more banana in beer. Drekker is, again, one of the guys and gals that are pushing the forefront. They are doing good things. I just had a collab beer with them when I was up in Minnesota with them and Brewing Project, near and dear to my heart. So I'll have to do the collab on this is Rodent Culture. Resident Culture. I'll have to look them up, see who they are, where they're about. But Drekker does a lot of collabs. I will say they do a lot of collabs.
Yeah, they share the wealth.
A delightful 4.0.
A delightful 4.0. Let's can art it up.
Did you get the ABV on this?
No.
They always hear me.
And it sneeze there. There's the can art. I know I spin too fast for some of you. Just pause the video. It's video, folks. You have control. You're in charge.
Yeah, but, like if they're like us and they work on multiple different networks.
That's true. All right. There's a lot going on in this can art. Well, the steering wheel's flying off while this guy's driving, which is your first sign that this car is going to suck. In the background, there's a few planets. There's maybe an exploding sun. It looks like Earth. I think Jupiter. And this other one, I'm not sure. It looks like a tomato, kind of, but it's a planet. There's some zombies crawling. What is that? I feel like there's just a bunch of hidden messages here, but not really. There's not. Man, what a great show. None of this
wide-ranging thought in
none
one
of
sentence.
this none of this stuff except for
what a great show.
The flying steering wheel. None of this stuff really represents the show. like there's money flying off of the vehicle. The money should be, it shouldn't have an Illuminati symbol on it like it does. It should have like bones.
7.5 JT.
Or worms on it, because the worms are the money in the one sketch of I Think You Should Leave, which you should watch. You should all watch.
That's my favorite one.
The worms are the money. It's a great sketch. It's a great sketch.
It's the cash.
Yeah, and I don't know about the people crawling in the background, what that represents. But maybe chode jeans. You know, chode jeans? Like a 56 waist, 25-inch inseam. Chode jeans. Just, you know, shit. Just shit pants. Anyway. They don't have 2 dots on them, though, those pants. Some pants do.
Interesting.
See, this is all stuff Matt doesn't know because he hasn't watched the show.
You and Stab can connect.
Chode jeans. And Bart Harley Jarvis, everyone knows, real just piece of shit. People hate Bart Harley Jarvis. God, there's so much good stuff there. Anyway, that's a Can Our Boner segment. I wish that they'd have incorporated more of the show into this. He is driving a classic car, and classic cars are great. Some people have doubles of the classic cars, or triples even. So you could drive one and then scratch it up, but still have one at home that's in good shape, like a Nova or a Barracuda.
Worst selling car in Mexican history.
Nova, yeah.
No go.
And Colgate, not very popular in Mexico either.
Yeah.
Because Colgate is to hang yourself. So, that's the Can Our Boner segment.
I need you to be able to work defenestrate into the next.
I don't even know what that word means. Defenestrate?
To throw someone out a window.
Oh.
Is to defenestrate them.
I don't know.
I was challenged to incorporate that into one of my reports, and I was like, you got me. Like, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You could probably do it maybe with the current ongoing situations.
Yeah, like...
But
I would throw this. I would defenestrate
no.
this report just because of how little value it has.
Defenestrate this report. I don't think that works.
I would defenestrate episode 179 of the BCP.
You don't like that one?
It's a terrible.
That's
one.
a bad episode. Yeah, I agree. That's probably our worst episode.
Don't listen to that one.
Do not go back and listen to that episode. Listen to the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I have PTSD on those things. I hear them in my house all the time, and they're not going off.
It reacted Raja, so...
Anyway, yeah, my dogs hate it.
Yeah. She's a big fan. Look at her.
It's the smoke alarm for all those who don't know.
Oh, look at her. She's shaking.
Oh, yeah, she's not happy.
She's not good with...
She's not happy with beeps.
Yeah.
So,
Or thunder and lightning. Yes.
We've talked about this, but for the wrestling fans out there, if you are a fan of Damian Sandow, he's in the season 3 of I Think You Should Leave.
Oh, poor girl. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, she's upset. Well, anyway, I think this beer is
Just lay down.
Similarly, I think the banana does add a element of like rarity to this beer. It's almost like we've actually had more long-aged bourbon barrel beers than we've had banana. This, in a sense, is more rare.
Oh, for sure.
Than the beers we've had that are aged in bourbon barrels.
Or the bears. We've had 0 bears on.
We've had 0 bears on the podcast, but we should have more. Especially Cubs. Cubs are fun.
Yep.
Let's see. So I think that also. I'm very surprised. I do get the coconut. You didn't mention it. Because that's something you don't enjoy. I get that on this. More so than the pineapple even. I get the pineapple that's like, it cuts through the banana. That's what the pineapple does. It's like, here's banana, here's pineapple, cuts through it. Boom, you get both those things. But then there's coconut that's like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah,
I raised my hand in class, but the teacher didn't call on me.
We're coming up to Halloween. Halloween will be next week.
Yeah.
If your kids get Almond Joy or Mounds, just drop them.
No.
Just
great candies. Great candies. We disagree in that. Almond Joy is a joy to eat.
Yeah, just the almond.
No, the
and Mounds.
almond,
Like those
Joy, the whole thing.
Those are this generation's
Mounds are wonderful.
Orange and black candy.
The only problem with Mounds is that there's not more of them.
Yeah, because they're terrible.
I wish there was more of them.
Gross.
I think my favorite candy, well, everyone's favorite candy's got to be Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and if it's not, then you're literally Hitler. Butterfinger's good too, but have you ever had an actual Mr. Goodbar? Everyone's always had those little minis because they're always in those little mini packs.
Oh,
but they do sell full size Mr. Goodbars, and they're fucking awesome.
Interesting.
They're so good. The peanuts are just half of a peanut. And it's all through. It's so good.
Like I like, speaking of those small ones because they always accompany the Mr. Good Crackle.
The Crackle.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Crackle bar.
I've never seen a Crackle bar.
There are no Crackle bars. Let's be honest. It's Crunch, Nestle Crunch, but not. There's no Hershey Crackle.
But I like them in that because I am as satiated.
That's all you need.
I'm at the point now where like we buy the fun size. Sorry, I'm.
No. This is really.
I like the fun size. Potato chip bags.
Oh, you do?
Because I don't want to.
You don't want to just eat forever.
Yeah, because I will destroy that bag.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100. We've
stop.
seen each other do both.
I gotta stop. I do feel bad for whoever moves into our house after us because we have conditioned the city of Dayton and the town of Oakwood that we are a full-size candy bar house because we don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, because you guys have a lot. You have to commit. First of all. It's up a hill.
It's up a hill.
Second of all, his front yard is 17 acres.
Yeah, you can hit like 3 houses in the distance you have to walk to get to my front door. So it doesn't make sense to put on your path, but...
Callback.
Spoiler alert, we do full-size candy bars, so it's worth it.
Episode 250, did you eat all the McGriddles? Or did the boys eat all the McGriddles?
No, they had some of them. There were some that got wasted. Yeah, there was some that got wasted.
I hate wasting food.
It sucks. I totally hate wasting food. I can't stand it. Have you ever seen the I don't know if it's Instagram or TikTok, but I watch everything on Instagram because I refuse to have TikTok.
Sorry, it's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
She's gonna...
The dog's about to...
If I could get that door open because the screen door's got to go open too. Oh,
Should get it? There's a chipmunk too in the back.
Yeah, there's so many...
It's just like it's Cinderella basically.
Yeah. So anyway, sorry. I'm gonna let him out.
Yeah, let's see what happens when this dog gets let out. You're about to hear the commentary. I'll be Joe Buck. The dog's waiting at the door with great anticipation. Oh, yeah. Matt is moving what would be like a fan that pushes outside air inside, away from the door.
Roger, I gotta be quiet.
This is about to happen. He's unlocking the door, and the dog knows it because dogs are so smart. They're the smartest animal. Pigs are the second smartest animal, but dogs are the smartest animal. And I mean, Raja's ready. She's in the position. Now I'm Joe Buck. Go. Oh, she's gonna get it. Oh, she ran. Damn. That was pretty awesome. I've never seen Raja run like that.
She's 12. And you would never know it by her ability to sprint.
That was a fun thing. I hope that the commentary painted the picture correctly. It probably didn't. Anyway.
There's dog lovers in the podcast.
Oh, totally. You got to be a dog
lover. And if you're not a dog lover...
Boo. We have a puppy, and she's amazing. She's a Irish Setter Golden Retriever mix.
Yeah.
She's smarter than all of the people I've ever met.
All the hair.
They don't shed. But the hair gets really long.
An Irish Setter, Golden Retriever, and it doesn't...
I haven't seen a single hair from that dog. We have a Shiba Inu and that other dog now. I hold the Shiba Inu, my whole sweater looks like... It's like a dog silhouette.
It's like a dog silhouette.
It's just hair. But the Golden Retriever Irish Setter mix, nothing. Maybe it's because she's still a puppy. Maybe in adulthood she'll shed. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Irish Setters grow like really long coats. You have to groom them. Or you don't have to. Some people don't, but I think it looks ugly. It's almost like a curtain of hair. Looks weird. We're going to groom her. She's like they say border collies are too smart for humans that don't that just want like a lounge dog. A dog that they can just pet, because they'll get into shit. This dog's the same way. But luckily, we're very active with our dogs. We walk them several times a day.
Oh, wow.
And we play with them and stuff, yeah.
I wrestle Raj.
We do 3 walks a day.
Raj is a good wrestler.
I do the morning and the night walks, and Katie sometimes does the afternoon walk.
Hell yeah.
So the dog gets exercise. That's good. We used to go to the dog park, but I don't know if other people experience this. There's some fucked up dogs at the dog park. They're fucking mean.
Don't bring your assholes to the. Oh my god.
Leave your asshole dog at home. If you got a cool dog, bring it to the dog park. Maggie, my Shiba Inu, she'll just play with dogs all day. Then you get some fucking clown asshole who's owner.
Oh, not my precious, but like fucking Brutus. And it's not the breed. It's 100%. It's not the breed. It's the owner.
It's not the breed for sure. It's not the breed because my sister has pit bulls. I don't know that they should be at the dog park, but there are some. There's dogs that aren't known to be like their breeds aren't bad, but those dogs are bad.
Yeah, toy poodles.
There was a dog that like knocked over Maggie. I can't remember what it was. It was just a piece of shit asshole. But not my dogs. My dogs are great. I think this beer is a 4.5. It's a really good beer. It does remind me of vacation. It has a very tropical.
There's no booze
feel to it, but yeah, there's no like citrus base. I read the gimmicks: pineapple, banana, blackberry, key lime, cherry, coconut. If I had, I think the blackberry and the key lime and the cherry are lost. The key lime's there, but where? I don't really know. Maybe I wish this beer was more sour. That would bump it up 0.25 or even more. But it's just not sour enough. And then it's called a rum runner beer. I think it's probably because of the tropical fruits.
It does taste like a rum runner a little bit.
Yeah, I don't even know what a rum runner is.
It's a popular drink when you're in that part of the world.
It's lacking just in a few areas, but it is fucking awesome. It is, again, like the maple beer. It's like a dessert. It's just so good. Pineapple has that effect though. Pineapple can be a very desserty style fruit. It's
100%.
So good. It's so
like that Dole Whip or whatever.
Yeah. Dole Whip.
That's the one.
Dole Whip.
That's the one that jumps to memory.
So 4.5 on that.
4.5. Healthy beers. Nothing.
Healthy beers. We had a good episode of beers. You can find this still in stores. Arrow has it.
Is that a Pat beer?
Pat had it. I believe Pat had it. I think I got this at Arrow. So if you're near Dayton, you can get this.
Hell yeah.
Still get it. It's 2023. October.
It is 2023. And
so again, if you're listening to this in the future, you might not be able to get it.
That's my, a lot of the grievance that, how do I get these beers around?
How do you get these beers? Drekker's around.
Drekker has a wide proliferation over the entire listening area of the preponderance of our listeners. Mm-hmm. So you can get this stuff most places. If it made it this far east, because a lot of our listeners are west of us, it's going to be there.
Yeah, those West Coasters.
Yeah, Jackie O's is tougher. And we didn't do the website reviews for either of these websites, but we've done a lot on these websites. There was no like new breaking ground or anything like that. Mm-hmm. The one caveat, what I want to say is, again, if you've made it this far in the podcast, because there's been a lot of like new and unique comments, like lauding our achievements over the last month. If you're interested in getting an advent calendar, please let us know.
Oh, very good point.
Because last week I exchanged a lot of different messages, so then I just ended up calling our friends down at the Barrel House and just confirming a couple of things. So we're hard in 12 hard commits right now.
12 hard commits.
That's not just people that may show up the day of or people that are vacillating or thinking about it. Because I want to get away from the people calling in the day of. So I have 12 hard commits the day of because that gives them a heads up.
When they look at their financials, it's like...
It's
that day is crazy.
It's an incredible amount. I committed us. So then the other comment, because JT, I don't think has heard this either, because a couple of the conversations, I should have brought this up before, a couple of the conversations where I asked for whales. I want special things.
Yeah, we want whales, yeah.
You're going to...
me? What do you mean me?
You'll see this. You know that they carry anchorage, right? Mm-hmm. So they have a lot of those like
yes, Phil had got that $65 beer from them.
So she goes, "How many of those do you want?" And I'm like, because they
keep it, yeah.
They have 4 of them, so
wow.
that would be $240 to $280 right there, depending.
Just in 4 beers.
Just in 4 beers. So I have one Reclaim Me, in the I think it's one of my the most expensive one beer that I've bought this year. Single beer. There's some other ones or whatever because they've aged.
That's crazy. I mean,
so I didn't want to impede their ability to build it. I said keep it right around 300.
Okay.
So if they get ideas or whatever, but I was like bring out some because again they have the other thing that they brought up was BCBS. BCBS is going to be released that week.
Oh, no shit.
So they could set ones off aside, and I go, we would only be interested in the adjuncts. Mm-hmm. We're not interested in,
but drinking them right away, even the adjuncts.
That's a tough one. See, tough, yeah. Like, and that's, and I said that too. Like, this is going to be like a freshy thing, and those adjuncts or whatever you want to sit on for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And like that cola, like I think I have one cola buried deep still, but. So these are the conversations. Again, this is what. Type of conversations that beer elicits.
Mm-hmm.
But the Advent calendar is coming up. Can't wait. At the end of the month, I can't wait for it to be over. But we're in the preliminary stages where we can be excited for it. You get to like day 20, day 21, and you're like, I just need a day without one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Advent calendar is a tough to stick to thing.
I have people flying in the week before that were like, hey, and I was like, nope, we build it the same day every year.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
What's happening.
There's other ways and means and methods that we'd be able to. I had beer delivered last week when I was in Minnesota. I had it. FedEx charges you money to change it in transit.
Oh.
Which, whatever, they're entitled to it. It's $5.50 or whatever. But a couple of bottles from the brewery because the brewery just had their big annual Black Tuesday release.
Yeah.
Black Tuesday released on a Wednesday. Let's work on that marketing team. Just a couple of hot takes. So a bunch of Cellar Queens. That's it. Let us know about the Advent calendar. I'm fine going forward with 12. It'd be nice to get pump up those rookie numbers.
And you don't just have to want an Advent calendar. You can also want to participate.
Yeah, just come down and have a beer with us.
Come down to the Barrel House.
If you come down, either JT or I will buy you your first drink.
Absolutely.
100%.
100%.
You don't feel obligated just if you hang out.
Yeah,
that's fine.
There's parking there. Which is rare in Dayton.
It wouldn't be as bad as last year where somebody tipped $300 and was like, "Oh, whoa, wait a second, I didn't mean to do that."
It was an accident. I see both sides.
They remember him. He will not be a part of it this year. He's not one of the 12.
Yeah, I'm sure he feels embarrassed.
Yeah, and as he should.
Yeah.
And I bring it up every time we talk about going out and having a beer.
What would have happened if you would have accidentally tipped $300? You just left it?
Probably. Or I would have met him halfway.
It's a hard sell.
God, that's a tough one.
My wife would be fucking pissed.
Oh, yeah. You guys have a combined account, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would be hard to, like, I slept with a prostitute. Would that be an easier?
Mm-mm.
Well, that's it. That's it. No. And I didn't use protection.
Neither of those things would be good things.
Like
that would just add to it.
Like while you're engaged in coitus.
Engaged in coitus? None of those things. With who?
A prostitute.
Oh, okay. No.
So...
Neither of those things would be good.
You have terrible car ideas.
Just having coitus, then also not being protected. That's double.
Inverted.
Inverted?
With a prostitute.
Inverted.
On a Tuesday.
How does that work?
I don't know. That's what you were talking about before we hit the recorded.
Yeah. Inverted coitus.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, that's it. All right, that's episode 251. Man, we made it so far. Next big event is obviously the Advent calendar.
There's something I might want to talk about, JT, after. I don't want to blow the load, but...
Don't blow the load. That's it. That's the episode. Thanks for joining us. I guess join us next time. And subscribe, like, do all those things. If you're listening to this point in the episode, you probably subscribed and liked. But if you haven't, do it. Bye.